I'm sure I forgot to do something. I always forget to do something. It's probably going to be something like forget to turn off a playback or something. Yes, yes. I'm sure it's something. Every stream, without fail. It's like we need to have some sort of a running tally of what did I forget to do this time. So I guess I remembered to change out the thumbnail. Awesome. How's everyone doing? Welcome to my crazy impromptu stream. I wasn't really planning on streaming, so hello Hager, welcome. So can anybody, if anybody saw the thumbnail, can anybody guess the plushie in the thumbnail that I had? It's more of a vinyl than a plushie, but I can bring it up too if you guys didn't see it in the thumbnail. So there's so much like cool like. There's so many pop culture things going on, but I never even bothered to like watch any of like I didn't watch. So I guess this week we've got what, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I didn't watch the last Ant-Man movie, so well, hello from France, or hello to France. Hello Trico lover. So yeah, I didn't bother to watch the last Ant-Man movie, and I didn't watch the new one, so I have nothing to talk about with those other than. What's the deal with them? Why are they interesting? Hello, another person in France. Well, welcome people from France. So hopefully you guys can understand what I'm saying. But yeah, we're I didn't watch Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I didn't watch the original Ant-Man movie either. So I don't think I missed anything watching Civil War with him, because basically he goes small and then he turns into Gigantor or something. The new Ant-Man was forgettable. Most of the jokes were a miss. Yeah, I'm not hearing too many. I watched a couple of spoiler-free reviews. I watched Tom from Midnight's Edge's review, and it didn't seem very. Of course, I was up all night for some reason. I mean, like, yeah. So I was listening to a lot of music last night. That's probably why. You get into like this corner of the internet where you find stuff that you haven't seen or heard before, and it's really great. But yeah, I saw like when Tom from Midnight's Edge put his review up at like 4 a.m. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it. I'm up. It's 4 a.m. It was only like a 5-minute review. But yeah, I've heard the Ant-Man movie is kind of forgettable. I don't know, like the newest one. I'm not a huge Marvel movie fan, so I figure it's probably gonna be okay to skip this one. Or by the time the conclusion to the Infinity War thing happens, I will probably go back and watch them on Netflix or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are they worth watching or not? Because they kind of seem pretty forgettable to me, to be honest. I don't know. He just doesn't seem to have for a superhero that can get really, really tiny. I feel like, yeah, but I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and then for a superhero who can grow really, really big, it's like I watched. You know, I remember Gigantor, Jaguar. I watched a lot of those sort of. I say Jaguar weird. I know I do. Well, at least I don't say Jaguar. That's a bit of a pet peeve for me when people say that. But I've heard so much of the British pronunciation of things, so I pronounce words weird, which is cool. I think it's okay. So if anybody like says, why do you pronounce something weird? It's because I grew up on weird stuff. I grew up on British and Canadian things, and I pronounce words weird sometimes. So, I mean, today I did have a bit of a request to play Star Trek Adversaries. Maybe that might be a thing to do if we really want to watch me play a game and fail miserably at it. But I honestly, I don't know. I really want to practice it off screen. The battery says I kind of want some bacon. Bacon's always a good thing. You say humor and a boot. I don't say a boot. And actually, when I went to Canada, it sounds more like a boat than a boot. Hello, Memphis Dale, welcome. That's something. Trico lover wants steak. I'm so weird. Here's where everybody will unsubscribe to me probably. I don't like steak. Like, I am not a vegetarian, I'm not vegan, but I don't like steak for some reason. It's just something about the consistency and the texture and all that. I don't know, it's weird. And I know people are like, oh, you just haven't had one properly. Yeah, but I've had them when people really love them and they're properly done to the perfect temperature. And for me, I'm like, I don't know. Barbecue. I'm not a barbecue fan either. I'm so weird. I don't like seafood barbecue. Pretty much like expensive foods I don't usually like. I'm perfectly happy with garbage food sometimes. You know, like generic Walmart thick and creamy mac and cheese. I'm perfectly happy with some nights. Holy crap, thank you so much for the $3 super chat. I totally wasn't like expecting to see that pop up there because I saw my bot, like the second one of my bots anyway. I don't eat beef jerky either. I'm so weird. Beef jerky's dry, and I know that's the point. I just never really like. Hello's out walking town. Oh, hello, Stupid Rock Show. Welcome. So yeah, I put a thing on my chat window. If anybody could tell me what the animal is, they win a prize. Thanks for popping up like so late, Bill and Ted. Seriously, Bill and Ted, get out of here. I don't like the delay that my pop-ups have. And they're also still doubled, and I need to fix that. I think that's something in OBS. I need to go through and fix that. I've never actually sat down to do it, but it's really cool. I kind of like having it doubled like that. I like having it huge and then small. Bill and Ted are a great movie. Are you guys excited for the new Bill and Ted movie? There's something to talk about. I'm actually kind of excited for it. So you have to hide steak in something else then. Got it. Yeah, I mean, steak burgers are good. Who has it? Steak and Shake? They have some good burgers. There's a Steak and Shake about an hour away from me that I can get to when there's money available. It's like it's about halfway to Guitar Center, so to the good Guitar Center. Yeah. Now I want to talk about Bill and Ted. I'm actually pretty excited about the third movie because I think they can do something really interesting with it. I think it's gonna have the same love and care that I think Cobra Kai had. IHOP new burgers are amazing. Oh, well, did they fix them? Because I absolutely hated IHOP's old burgers from like, you know, the last time I had an IHOP burger was probably a year ago. And they tasted frozen and unseasoned and, well, they weren't frozen. Like they were cooked, but they tasted like they had been reheated from frozen. And hopefully they're good. Like, I know that that's like a new thing that IHOP has like tried to do, but... Yeah, but no George Carlin. Yeah, they're not gonna have George Carlin. They could replace him with like Dennis Leary or somebody. I think it'd be okay. Prefer making my own burgers. Me too. Then I can put enough pepper on it. I am crazy with pepper on burgers. I will salt it and pepper it, but I will get the coarse ground black pepper because I'm too lazy to grind it myself, but I'll get like the really coarsely ground black pepper and I will cake it and it will smoke. Like when I would make burgers when I was living in Vegas, I had to turn on the fan and open all the windows and blow all the air out of the kitchen with it. It would just smoke so much because you've got to get the pan screaming hot. And then you just plop a perfectly caked in pepper burger on the pan and it's amazing. Get a square patty from Wendy's. Yes, square patties from Wendy's. Wendy's actually have pretty decent burgers in my opinion. Like I think they seem to use real meat. They're a little thin, but they're, you know, it's fast food. What are you gonna do? So like just a double stack's perfectly fine. Five Guys are good. They're expensive, but they are good. I like Five Guys a lot. Like scrambled eggs, I put lots of salt on them. I'm a salt person. I like salt. I never understood people who are like, I can't have salt on anything. Then you have no flavor on it. Or the same thing with people like people who don't have any fat or anything on any, like they will get the leanest beef possible. That doesn't taste good. I mean, an 80-20 ground, like chuck. 80-20 chuck is really good for burger. I like chuck for anything basically. It's hip to be square. I remember that song. I am old enough to remember Huey Lewis and the News. Anybody else in chat old enough for Huey Lewis and the News? So I'm kind of molesting my Gorn here. I'm just fidgeting with him while I'm talking. I found this, so I used to live in Vegas, and they had the Star Trek experience there that since went out of business, which is it's really sad that they closed them down. And once upon a time, probably 20 years ago, there was a picture of me in front of the Gorn statue they had there. But they also sold stuff like this. And I never got the Gorn until recently. Somebody had all of the ones I didn't have. I had the Targ, and that was it. And he's right back here. So I got the Ferengi, the the Vulcan, and a Mugato. So I have the whole set of all the beanies now. And they're all limited edition numbered, and they're really cool. So If you guys ever find these on eBay, they're really worth picking up if you can find the whole set of all 6 pretty reasonable. You look at the Wendy's girl. Well, thank you. I hope that's a compliment. I hope so. Do you think KK would be gone by September? I think so. I think they're gonna get rid of her. I think they probably have already tried to find replacements, and I think that nobody wants the job because the franchise is such a mess. Because even if you ignore all the toxic fan stuff, even if you ignore all the press, you have The Last Jedi with it kind of killed everything that Force Awakens set up. Force Awakens wasn't the best movie, for sure, but it definitely set up some things that could have been interesting. So I was excited. I was really excited for Last Jedi. And then it just kind of ended everything that it set up in the first of the trilogy. So, yeah, I don't think anybody wants to come in with that sort of job. I don't think anybody wants to tackle the backlash of the mess that Rian Johnson left. I mean, hello, Seraph. Did you get that off Discovery? Well, no, this is a real one. This actually looks like a Gorn. Kirk touched the Gorn in inappropriate places. He kind of did. Kirk touched everything in inappropriate places, but that's why we loved Kirk. He was a man horn. Damn it, he was amazing for it. Think of doing a walkthrough when the Spyro game comes out? Probably not. Probably not. I'm probably not going to. I didn't really play the last Spyro. I mean, I played a little bit of the Spyro games in the 90s, but they never really got me. They were cute enough. I don't know. I might play it, but I don't know if I'd do a walkthrough. Probably not a walkthrough. I might do like if I do games on the channel, it'll be like here's my impression of the game. It'll probably be like a 20-minute video of some gameplay footage and maybe a review. But probably not a full-length Let's Play, because people don't watch full-length Let's Plays unless you're a Twitch streamer and can do the whole game in one run, which I rarely can. I'm not that good at games to do that. But why was Rey not Obi-Wan's granddaughter? Why was Rey not Obi-Wan's granddaughter or Palpatine's granddaughter or something? Rey should have been something in the Skywalker saga. She should have been I mean, yes, you can have Jedi, you can have Force users, and I would have been really happy with that, but they set up Rey like she's important to the Skywalker saga. And I think that's the biggest point that a lot of us are really upset with. It's the Skywalker saga still. You can't have Luke Skywalker and the Skywalker's side characters in their own movies. I mean, you know, you set up the Obi-Wan link to Luke, you set up Obi-Wan's link to Vader, you set up Palpatine's link. I mean, Rey really should have been related to somebody there. It's called bad writing, yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi used lifestyles, that's why. Well, who says a Jedi had to be celibate? I mean, yeah, you kind of had to, I suppose, but that doesn't seem very fun. Did you see the Reddit post by the anonymous Lucasfilm play? I don't think I did yet. I've seen a little bit. I haven't really been keeping up as much. I've been I've been playing too much Star Trek Timelines is what I've been doing. I've not really watched a lot. I didn't watch a lot of Jeremy's stream last night. I haven't watched a lot of like Ethan's streams. I haven't watched the World Class Bullshitters podcast. I got maybe like a half an hour into it. I probably am gonna listen to that tonight or tomorrow. I'll recap those. You did a Let's Play on the Super Mario Odyssey game. I did, and like nobody watched it. So yeah. I did a Let's Play on Mario Odyssey. I did a Let's Play on Mario and Rabbids, and nobody watched them, so. I'm actually kind of curious to see what my numbers were on Mario Odyssey, but yeah, I have to go. Well, thank you so much, Memphis Dale. Thank you for being here. JJ set it up to be that way. RJ decided to ignore that and subvert. Yes, yeah, and that's what's so sad. Like, they should have not switched directors midway. They should have just let JJ do the trilogy. As much as I'm not a huge JJ fan, they should have really just let him have the trilogy. And I really think they should have had the scripts and the story planned out beforehand. If they would have had that done, it would have made it a much more fluid story arc. You really, when you have a trilogy like that, you really need to have it sort of planned out. And they don't do that stuff. They just kind of, they're like, oh, okay, well, this is this movie. Now we're gonna hire the next person and hope they have a script ready in a week by the time we start shooting. Like, it's ridiculous how quick that they turn these movies out, and they wonder why they don't do well, and they wonder why the box office is so low. Well, that's because you're making these kind of one and done disposable movies that people will watch, and then they'll be gone by the time any of these they'll be gone, and they'll be out of the theater and forgotten by the time the next movie comes out. And that's how we watch movies nowadays, sadly. We don't have movies that we can kind of sit there and rewatch so much. At least not in the way we did in the 80s. I mean, I will still throw on Lost Boys. Still throw on the Goonies any day of the week. Like, if I walk by a TV and the Goonies is playing, like, well, I know what I'm doing for the next hour. I've just put out a new video. Did he? I've got to look at that. Ivan's stuff is really good, too. JJ at least had an idea of where he wanted the story to go after The Force Awakens. Yes. Watched the new Geeks and Gamers video. Which one did I watch? I watched something. I don't remember which one I watched. I don't want to like spend too much time. I watched something this morning. I really haven't had a lot of time today to watch stuff. Since waking up super late, I ended up, shower, breakfast at like 1:30 in the afternoon, which is ridiculous. Answer comments and then stream, and that's all I've been doing pretty much. Oh, and got on Twitter a little bit, so I don't think I had time to watch anything. I think I watched a review of The Purge or something. The latest Purge movie. Oh, and the Ant-Man one. I think I listened to that while I was reading comments, so I haven't had time to do anything. House of Words is a damn barrel full of Keystone Cops, but not funny. Thumb Wars. Try Thumb Wars. It's crap, but it's entertaining. If anyone watched the Thumb Wars movies. Maybe you can do a reactions of Death Battle. What is Death Battle? I don't even know what Death Battle is. Should have given the trilogy to Sylvester Stallone. Ooh, that would have been interesting. What is the trilogy of Sylvester Stallone? They took the art out of the art. They do take a lot of the art out of things. It's like they're going with first drafts of things. Someone, I don't remember where I heard this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't I hear that Rian Johnson's first draft was what they used? Who uses first drafts on their scripts? I mean, if George Lucas had used the first draft, we would have Luke Starkiller. Death Battles on Screw Attack. I don't think I've ever watched Screw Attack. Yeah, I don't think I've ever. What is Screw Attack? They do something with Cinemassacre. Cinemassacre's videos are hosted on there. Yeah, I don't think I watched them. Most science fiction fans are fat. Why is that? Because intellectual people tend to be less likely to be active. I don't know. I've noticed a lot of people, I don't know if it's most of us, but I think more intellectual people tend to have more computery oriented jobs and lifestyles and interests. They use their brains more instead of their physical abilities. I mean, but that's kind of not true also, because there's some really, really intelligent, very fit people out there who will go rock climbing and then be physicists or something. So my brain spread down to the rest of the body. Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. It's weird. It's just so weird. Like, I mean, in general, I guess science fiction fans can be, but I think that's like people in general. Like, it's like me saying most retail workers are women and they're catty bitches. I mean, most retail workers are 50-year-old women who hate men. They have their own website and have a channel on YouTube. Check it out. Maybe. My mind is lean and mean. There are plenty of skinny sci-fi nerds too. There are. And well, that was kind of a stereotype that they were like really skinny back in the 80s. Like the Revenge of the Nerds stereotype was that they're very skinny, scrawny, weak, you know, people. They weren't really stereotyped as fat until I think a lot of America got kind of stereotyped as fat. Because we are. I mean, America and the UK, we have a lot of junk food. We have a lot of fast food. We have a lot of cheap processed foods. And yeah, we're you know, we're kind of a result of that. We're a result of not stalking an animal for days on end to eat, you know? Yes, nerds. I used to be a skinny sci-fi nerd, then I got a desk job. Yeah, Sarah said that. They did Mario versus Sonic. See, I know nothing about Sonic. There's where a lot of people will probably be pissed at me. I've never been a Sonic fan. I can't get the hang of the controls. I tried Sonic Mania on the Switch, and I hated it. Like, I wish I could have sold it. If I had the physical copy of it, I would have sold it, and I'm so mad that I can't sell it off of my Switch. Because I just can't get the hang of the controls of Sonic. I mean, I'm not the hugest platformer fan anyway, but I just could not get the hang of it. Yeah, Seraph is funny. I wish he would still do his anime reactions, or I'd send people over for his anime reactions. He doesn't do those anymore. Eugenia Cooney is an example of too skinny. I don't know who that is, so I never understood how there were any Sonic fans. I thought it was just ironic Sonic fans. Really? Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Sonic. I mean, to be honest, I didn't have a Sega though. I was more in the like the music geek sort of thing when a lot of the video game stuff was happening. I had an Atari 2600 and a 7800. I loved Atari, and I can probably still play some Atari if I still had them. But I didn't have the Nintendo. I had a Game Boy, and I played Castlevania on the Game Boy. And I played the Mario games, but I never really got into, like, same thing with Zelda. I never got into Zelda, but some just have a high metabolism, don't hate. Yeah. If I do anime reactions again, I need a proper studio. See, yeah, I know how that goes. Like, if I didn't have this room, it would be really hard to do YouTube. How about Warcraft? I never played Warcraft. I never got into MMOs. I am very much a solo gamer, so I never got into like MMO RPG sort of stuff. But I know a lot. I know a little bit about them, just a little bit. Yar's Revenge. I had Yar's Revenge, and I had a soundtrack album of Yar's Revenge at one point. I had Yar's Revenge complete in the box. I did end up selling all of my Atari stuff not too long ago. The games are about going fast sometimes. Yeah, and I like to plan. I'm very strategic. I like to kind of step back and plan. I think that's why Sonic and I just don't get along. You have to kind of go fast and do a lot of stuff quickly, and there's a lot of trial and error, and I do not have the patience for that. I am very much you know what, I'm going to plan this out, and I'm going to annihilate everyone. That's why Mario and Rabbids was so good. I really liked that. I would probably really love XCOM if I played them. I actually bought a bundle that had the XCOM games in it, and I gave them away thinking I wouldn't like them, but Warcraft, the MMO or the RTS? I don't know much about either of them, to be honest. I know of WoW. I know that's a thing. And I know that is like one of those games where they kind of get you and you have to like grind and get rare drops, but loved Warcraft until it became an MMORPG. You know, solo was always best. Well, not the Han Solo movie. That was like the worst, but playing stuff out is why I love Terraria. I can plan out a boss fight before I summon. Yes, you can get all of your boss summoners, you can get all your boss items, you can get all your buffs, you can get your arena set up, and then, you know, you can go and annihilate the boss. I like that. Who are your favorite YouTubers you sub to with at least 500,000? Wow. Do I sub to anybody with 500,000? I could give you, like, my favorite YouTubers. Now, I gotta look and see who I sub to who has 500,000. Maybe I can't even say Jesse Cox because I don't watch him much. I watched his Terraria and I loved that. But I don't follow New Vegas. I've never played Fallout. I prefer to play solo even in MMOs. When I got to endgame that requires playing with others, I tend to quit. Yes. Have you heard about the Medieval franchise? I remember seeing my ex play Medieval back in the day when we had this is like 20 years ago, so long since X. He had Medieval on PlayStation. So I do remember that. And it died on my chat, but I won't be able to listen. No worries, Seraph. And he won't be able to hear me. Try Fallout New Vegas. I know I would probably hate it because it's first person and it's very much grindy sort of. Well, not really grindy, but it's very much an open world sort of first person-y. I mean, I played a little bit of Skyrim, but I have to have Skyrim modded all to crap to even be able to play it, because that carry weight thing is just not... I am a loot hoarder. I will pick up everything, whether I need it or not. I have a skull collection in Skyrim. I think I carry at least 12 skulls on me at all times in Skyrim. Getting a reboot. Medieval, that's weird. See, now I'm looking back and seeing all of my 500,000 sub people. I don't think I subbed to anybody with 500,000 or more, except for Jesse Cox and Cinemassacre. Might be the only two. Yeah, Stone Gremlin doesn't even have that many. Taught in the Shadows doesn't. Trek Yards doesn't. Yeah, I think I subbed to one channel that has 500,000 subs or more. And so, yeah, Cinemassacre. Oh, Channel Awesome I subbed to, but I don't really watch them that much. Yeah, my sub list is weird. How many does Andre have? Andre Black Nerd? Sometimes I'll watch him. Oh, he's good. Sometimes I'll watch him. He's got 500,000. Skyrim clip, someone filled an entire room with cabbages. That would be awesome. My favorite stuff in Skyrim is like the levitating bunnies. I have such a blast with the bugs in Skyrim and like the horse that stands very impossible for the physics of the horse. I love the wonky physics and the bugs, and those are some of my favorite things. What do you think about the DuckTales reboot? I never watched DuckTales as a kid, so I mean, I've heard that people really like it. Collider, I've never watched Collider. Collider just reminds me of Nerdist, and oh, I guess I'll watch Red Letter Media once in a while. I don't sub to them. I mean, they'll come on, or CinemaSins. I'll watch CinemaSins once in a while. The Everything Wrong With, I like them. They're pretty good. But I don't sub to them either. I don't sub to anything that's like... I figure if I sub to something, it needs like a... They need my sub. I got a sub. Alright, this is crazy. I have a sub for a guitar player that I've seen in concert like 20 times in the 90s. From one of his bands. I have weird subs. Earlier Media are the best. They need subs though. Well, they don't need a dead sub, I don't think. I'd probably do better if I watch their videos occasionally, right? Do you watch anime TV shows? I do not. No Collider, just Nerd Crew. See, the Nerd Crew humor kind of isn't my humor, I think. I totally get why it's funny. I just don't think it's my humor. It's a little too... It's a little too on the line for me personally, I think there might be a little serious and joking at the same time. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they're pretty fun. I'll watch like the Plinkett's reviews of stuff, but I give up on Collider and similar shows. You know, I have such an aversion to being advertised to. So I think that like most of these channels that have a lot of subs are paid promotional things. They do this for a living. They accept promotional things. So I never take them seriously, and I don't want to be advertised to. That's why I don't watch late night talk shows, and that's always been a huge thing for me. Like I realized after G4 went off the air, or Attack of the Show and all that, for me in like 2010 for in Vegas and with our cable company, I started watching a lot of like the late night sort of talk shows to kind of know what was going on in movies and things. And it was just being advertised to. Every time an actor's on, they're promoting their movie, which is normal, but it's like, I don't want to be advertised to for 2 hours a night. Then more Keystone Cops crap. Yeah. It's Naruto. What's a Naruto? I don't know what Naruto is. So yeah, I don't watch anime. I'm not an anime person at all. I mean, I like Senran Kagura because it's big boob anime girls and it's kind of ridiculous. You have one that goes around grabbing other girls' boobs and it's kind of funny to me. But other than that, I can't really... Like, I like some of the anime style video games, but never heard an American pronounce Naruto correctly. I'm sorry. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's one of those things like Dragon Balls that it just gets stuck in my head. It's like, I know it's Dragon Ball Z, but I still see Dragon Balls because the 90s, they would add Z's and have them pronounced as an S, and I'm so weird. Gotta run, be good. Well, thank you so much, Gunslinger. It is making fun of how nerd culture has been perverted into an endless hype cycle of big budget movies. Yeah, I can see that on the Nerd Crew. I think that maybe they just take a little too long going into that. But no, I see so many channels like that. Like on Channel Awesome's Orbit Report, sometimes they're just such fans of everything. Like, you guys don't have an objective opinion. You love everything. Stop it. He's like, yes, you have all your pot figures behind you because you're this age demographic. Just like every other YouTuber, you'll have all your, like, you'll have a giant Star Wars thing, and you'll have a pot figure of a Marvel movie, and then you'll have this or that. What's your favorite show on Cartoon Network? Fuck, when's the last time I watched Cartoon Network? Cartoon Planet was definitely one. I loved Cartoon Planet. You know, like the first couple seasons of C-Lab were great. Maybe, what's the other one? Aqua Teen Hunger Force was good. Those are the ones I remember. And the Space Ghost, anything with Space Ghost was good. It's been a long time since I've watched Cartoon Network. Like, a long time. And I watched it back in the days of Cow and Chicken. And my last two quit. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. I love that name. I've seen you in, like, everybody's chat because I love that name. This is, like, the best username. That's why I saw you on Twitter. I'm like, I had to follow you. That's Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a class. It's good. I like it. I've got the DVDs still. Like, back when I bought DVDs. I miss buying DVDs, but I do. And they're behind my Warlock. You can't see them. Did you watch Samurai Jack? I did not. I think that was a little after my time. Yeah, pretty much if it was anime, I didn't watch it. If it looked like anime, I didn't watch it. If it looked like a guy's sort of cartoon show, I usually didn't watch it. Of course, I didn't watch, like, girly cartoon shows either. I liked the weird, more surreal, obscure... I like vaudeville humor. That's why I loved Animaniacs and stuff. And even Space Ghost had a bit of that. You know, Space Ghost used a lot of the comedy rules, you know. They would use a lot of, like, you know, they would use your triple, or they would use your ridiculous premise situations. And it's on Cartoon Network. Yeah, I haven't had Cartoon Network in 20 years, as far as I can remember. I might have when I had cable. We don't have cable, so... Space Ghost is good. Space Ghost was so good. I used to have my Space Ghost action figures. I wish I still had them. I had the Space Ghost one, and then I had the glow-in-the-dark Space Ghost, which was clear. It was like the invisible Space Ghost one, but it glowed in the dark, and it was really awesome. And I kept them in boxes forever and ever, and then I sold them because I needed money back in, you know, whenever. And I wish I still had them. I had that, and I had the Mackenzie brothers. Like, never sell toys if you hang on to them for 20 years. I really wish I still had them. But I was sad because I never found the Brack one 20 years ago. And I always wanted the Brack action figure because he was my favorite. And Metalis was good too. I liked him. And Zorak. I never found the Zorak action figure either. I always loved all of those guys. What do you think of the Yokai Watch TV show? It was alright. Thank you so much for being here, and live long and prosper. I'm probably gonna say your name wrong. Go Rogers. I'm probably saying your name wrong. Kega Rogers. When are you gonna be on with Doomcock? That's up to him. He is the busiest person I have ever. Like, I hate bothering him for anything. Like, he is so busy. He's absolutely my favorite YouTuber ever. And yeah, he's a busy person. He puts so much effort and work into his thing. Like, he meticulously scripts out these amazing, you know, his Canon Wars video. If you guys haven't seen Doomcock's Canon Wars video, you know, the cultural canon, his laws of canon. I'm totally misspeaking here because I'm trying to find the right words for it. It's like that should be, you know, that should win Pulitzer Prize sort of level. And that's probably the wrong award, but that's like that. That's how brilliant that is. And people don't realize that, like, I think a lot of people do realize it, But because he's still so new, he's not like super famous with it. But everybody who has seen his work is like, yes, that is something special. So taking over the world is busy work. It is. That's my first Mario game. My first Mario game is probably the Mario game on Game Boy. Super Mario Land. Whichever one was on Game Boy was probably my first one. And then the 6 golden coins or whatever it was. I played those two. But yeah, if you guys do want Doomcock on here, I'm sure he's busy. Oh, I don't even have Discord up either. No, he spends so much time working on stuff. But that would be something. Amy, we were thinking, he suggested maybe doing like some commentary while I gamed something horror late at night sometime. And I said, you know, just do a hangout thing where we just talk about crap, you know? Well, you know, thanks. He's my favorite. He's funny. He's got a world to take over. Of course he's busy. He is. Doomcock is great. He's one of those channels I subbed to after one video. Yep. Yeah, I subbed immediately, and then the second video, I'm like, yes, this is my new favorite YouTuber. Hands down. Have you heard of Team Fortress 2? I have. That is so... that's one of those free-to-play, microtransaction, play with a whole bunch of other people. Ugh. Yes, I have. I have no positive opinions on Team Fortress 2. That is so out of my interest range. That's like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and all that. As soon as I saw him and Harvey, I was sold. Oh, I had to get a Harvey of my own. Mine's not as big as his, but you can see my whole huge fat body as I'm trying to scoot across the thing. I had to get a replica because Harvey's adorable. This is okay. This is Stanley Cthulhu. He's not as dangerous. They're not dangerous at this size. I did have to get one. But everyone loves the game. Well, a lot of people love. Oh God, what? How do I put this delicately? Please don't talk bad about yourself. Oh, I know. I have issues. I like watching P-Bug. PUBG. I always see it as P-Bug because I'm dyslexic. I like watching PUBG for a while when PewDiePie was streaming it. But I would hate to play it. Yeah, I've never watched PewDiePie. Stanley Cthulhu. They're sweet at this size. They don't do anything. They just kind of wave to you and they're like, "Hello, we're Stanley Cthulhu." That's not what he sounds like, but you got to worry about the giant ones though. But he's cute. So if anybody does end up wanting like Harvey plushies, I would recommend larger than the 12-inch because this one's larger than the 12-inch out there. The 12-inch don't look right. The tentacles aren't right. They're a little too short on the sides, but this one's a perfect replica. Battle Royale games are not my thing. Either watching or playing. Yes. Why call him Stanley? I think Mojave's named him Stanley, and I'm like, yeah, that works, because he's not Harvey. There's only one Harvey. I mean, and Harvey's like huge though, because he's real, and he's like in his own dimension. If you guys know how big a Cthulhu monster is. I have too many like weird plushies, don't I? I have so many weird things. I still have Yokai Watch plushies too. I have too many weird things. I guess you can never have too many weird things, but yeah. So this is as close as you can get probably without, you know, spending a huge amount of money on something like life-sized. But I like these guys. They're cute. I don't know. I've never been like huge on the Cthulhu mythology, but there's just something about them because they look like little I don't know. They look like little whisker bats. It's my first Pokemon game. My first and last Pokemon game is Pokemon Moon. I hated every minute of it. But yeah, I am not a Pokemon player because I hate playing games where other people have to finish it for me. Plain and simple. That was the thing. That was the thing that got me down about Yokai Watch 2 is you had to trade with people. You had to either spend an enormous amount of time to try and complete the thing, or to complete your collection, by having like 2 3DSs and playing the game 2 different times and then trading yourself, or Pokemon Blue for me. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Pokemon. I like games that are more solo games where I don't have to rely on other people. But you played Yokai Watch. I know. And the first game was not like Yokai. It was not like Pokemon. And that's why I hated the second game, I think. Because it got too much like Pokemon. And that's why I left the channel really quickly. Because I couldn't keep up with any of the other games. I think I liked Yokai Watch 1 despite it being a little like Pokemon. Because you didn't have to rely on anybody else. You just had to rely on this bullshit Street Pass system. I prefer to play solo. I prefer one player also. Me too. Not really. Yeah, really. The first game, you could play it by yourself and complete it, except for the Pandanoko one. The second game, you really had to rely on trading people, and then there's the battle thing, and then it's so marketed towards bratty little kids, and I am not a kid person at all. Like, at all. I am not a kid person. So, I think I liked the first Yokai Watch a lot, and then once the second game came out, it just went, like, my enjoyment went downhill. All the grinding, all the, yeah. So I was super miserable for, like, months and months and months. But no, I'm grandkids, boo. No, I'm an old person. I watch stuff that's not, I'm at the age where, and I have been for a while, where I listen to like talk radio sort of podcasts. My favorite stuff I watch is like completely unnecessary podcast with Pat the NAS Punk and Ian Ferguson. I like their podcast. I love Cox and Crendor. I like listening to Uncle Ethan, and I love his songs at the end of the streams, and I like Geeks and Gamers, and I love World Class Bullshitters. I watch all these things that and that's a huge thing. When people would come to the channel for Yokai Watch, I have nothing to talk to them about. It's just, no, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like this. No, I don't like that. And when, you know, people who have stuff in common with me come on the show, they can say, yeah, what's your favorite character on Deep Space Nine? Or what's your favorite Babylon 5 character? Or what's your favorite episode of Babylon 5? Or what's your favorite Stargate episode? I can talk to people about that type of thing because I'm an old person and I like old person things. You know, I watched Ren and Stimpy when it aired. I watched, yeah, I'm a music geek. Talk to me about music. Does anyone know who's on my shirt? You know, a very, very strong female that's not Mikey Spock, who actually has my respect. Even though she died of a heroin overdose and was a drinker and had her issues, she went out there and rocked harder than most of the men because she was amazing. And yeah. Have you seen every Trek series? I have. I have not seen one of the new movies. The one where they brought back Khan, because you're not gonna soil Khan's memory for me. Benabitch Cumberbitch is not Khan. He's not Khan. He's Doctor Strange. I like him as Doctor Strange. It's fine. He's not Khan. Terry Pratchett said in one of the Discworld novels that the sounds of children at play were charming until you're close enough to hear what they were actually saying. I read a couple of the Discworld books. I didn't really get into it. Man, I should play Discworld. I have to use the walkthrough. I have Discworld 2 on PlayStation still. I absolutely love that, but that's got Eric Idle in it, and anything that has Eric Idle doing a song or a voice automatically gets my vote. I did actually really enjoy Discworld 2 with the walkthrough because I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, I really would love to go back and read those. I definitely got into more of the Red Dwarf stuff than like the Discworld at that time when I was really, really getting into a lot of the British shows, but Benadryl Cabbage Patch is a great actor, but definitely miscast as Khan. Oh, he was probably fine. You just can't match. You know, maybe Doomcock could be Khan in a movie. He would be okay as Khan. He has like, he's got the confidence. He's got the charm of a Khan for sure, but not I don't know, not some weird looking British guy. I mean, I guess women think he's attractive or something. I don't know. That might be enough to get him the role. He's really good as Doctor Strange, I think. And that's probably my favorite Marvel movie at this point. But I was high as a kite watching it, so. And I think you have to be to watch Doctor Strange. Good, I hate people that have the channels where they're like, I only watch DS9 and Enterprise. Oh, no. You don't only watch... No. I've got the animated series. Like, I go back with Star Trek. I saw 4 in the theater when I was a kid. Only because I was probably too young to see 2 and 3. No, I go back with Star Trek. But yeah, there's a lot of... Bumbledink Rabble Patch gets too much work. He's alright. He's okay. He's not that bad. Hopefully, is this gonna pick up on my microphone? I probably won't. If I turn my little fan, it's a little warm in here. So the air conditioner finally got fixed, but it's a little on the warm side still. I love watching TAS on Saturday mornings right after Mr. Wizard. Mr. Wizard was fun. I actually grew up on Mr. Wizard's World. I didn't realize it was a Canadian show. I didn't realize that all the shows on Nickelodeon in the 80s were Canadian. So we had, like, You Can't Do That on Television, Canadian show, Mr. Wizard's World. There's a few others that I probably don't remember the names of. Turkey TV. Anyone remember Turkey TV? Am I, like, the only old person here who remembers that? I love Turkey TV. Thanks for being here, Digital Pokemon. If Jason Momoa had played Khan, long hair, and all, when we yeah. Jason Momoa as Khan could be okay. I don't know if he comes across as, like, articulate enough, though. Because if you remember him on, like, Atlantis, he would come in and say his one line and look all tough and what, you know, give the girls, like, a, hey, I'm Jason Momoa look to the camera, and, you know, I don't think he could pull off the complex dialogue. Because Khan is a very, very intelligent person, and you need somebody who can really pull off the intelligent dialogue. And I think probably Cumberbatch might have been the only choice they could have gone with, because I certainly can't think of any other actor that could be cast as Khan. But then again, I don't think any actor should be cast as Khan other than Ricardo Montalban, because he's Khan, you know? But I grew up watching, like, Fantasy Island and all those type of shows, too. I could watch the first of the new movies. The scenes on the bridge of the ship blinded me. Yeah, that first Star Trek movie is not good, but it doesn't piss me off as much as Discovery. I mean, it's not good. It's got some plot holes in it, but I mean, it's something okay in the background if you're just watching it with riff tracks synced up. And that's kind of how I watch a lot of these new movies. I'll watch them with the riff tracks commentary because I'm a Mystery Science Theater fan from way back, so... Yeah, the best casting choice for Khan is no one. Come up with something new. Exactly. You can't just keep rehashing these characters. For who? You're trying to appeal to, like, this young demographic who probably has never seen the original show. They might know 1 or 2 lines from what they heard on a Big Bang Theory episode. You know, and they're like, hey, I'm a nerd, I get this stuff, haha. Like, but they don't realize that the Big Bang Theory is kind of making fun of nerds. The whole joke is that it's a science reference or a nerd reference. That's not a joke, that's just a reference. So, they don't understand that, like, real fans know why something is. They'll know the joke behind it, but... MST3K every night, loved it. Yes, MST is amazing. I do have all the episodes available to me, for sure. Oh god, Big Bang Theory. I've never been able to watch an episode of that, it's so bad. It was okay. It was definitely okay for a while, but, man, I don't know. Once it turned into generic relationship comedy with nerd references... I don't know. It was okay. It had potential, but they really messed up on that one. They also really messed up on the separating the men and the women from the rooms. People don't do that anymore. That's like 1940s, you know. That's like 60s, 70s, 80s. Or I guess normies do that. Like, men will separate into their little man clique while they watch sports, and women will separate off into their little kitchen clique while they gossip and, you know, whatever they do. Nerds don't do that. Nerds will be all in the same room, mixing, talking about nerdy things, because nerds kind of get each other, I guess. And it used to be this thing where if if you're in a group of people who really like Star Trek, you know, the husbands and wives are going to get married to each other because they like Star Trek and they have that in common, you know. It's very rare for somebody to, at least in nerd culture, have somebody who has nothing in common with the other person. So you have these very mixed sort of circles of friends. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with Big Bang Theory that I have. Had potential turned into junk, yes. I hated Big Bang Theory more because it signaled the mainstreaming of geek culture, yes. That some of us got bullied for at school. Yeah, exactly. I made that video about exactly that the other day, because a lot of these nerds don't, like the new nerds, the new geek culture kids. I'm gonna use a YouTuber as an example. I'm not gonna name names, but this YouTuber made a Katana costume. She cosplayed as Katana. She bought the pot figure of Katana before seeing Suicide Squad, not knowing anything about the character, but she's like, I love this character, she's amazing. You don't know anything about the character, though. You like the character because she's fun to cosplay as. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but when people take characters and cultural figures from nerddom and geekdom, and they just kind of wear it on their sleeve, like, I'm a nerd too, look at me, how cool am I? It kind of cheapens it for the hardcore fans who were bullied for it, who were like me in the closet about being a nerd or a geek. You know, I didn't talk to a lot of people about watching Star Trek as a kid. I had one friend who I used to talk about, like, paleontology to in 2nd grade because he was a big, huge nerd like me, but geek virtue signaling. It kind of is. DS9 was that way too, was it? Even TNG felt like they were done in the 7th season. Yeah, I think shows are not meant to go so many seasons. Yes. Yeah, I think... Well, look at The Simpsons. I mean, The Simpsons is 20 years past its time. It really should have only been, like, maybe 10 seasons. Same thing with Family Guy. I haven't watched Family Guy in forever. I mean, it's probably fine. I've seen clips of, like, what they've done with millennials. That seems okay. That seems pretty funny. South Park I can give a pass to because South Park kind of stays pretty relevant. DS9 and the Dominion War wrap up, yes. But yeah, I think geek virtue signaling is definitely a thing. It's definitely one of those. It's definitely one of those. It's one of those things that kids, like, younger people don't understand that they're doing. They don't understand that when they wear, when they wear like a disco shirt for Discovery or something, they don't understand why that's offensive. And if you guys haven't seen on Midnight's Edge After Dark, Tom Connors did a soapbox about a lot of this sort of thing, like why the fans are so opposed to each other, why we're all on opposite sides, and he kind of compared it to like a relationship with a lot of these things. Like, the older people look at these franchises like they're these cheating spouses who betrayed us and ran off with the 20-year younger model. I mean, I don't think he used those exact words, but that's kind of what his analogy was. And you know, and you see all the flaws and all the years of, you know, the fighting and the bickering and all the times you were let down. And you see that in these franchises and you're brokenhearted by it and you're going through grief with it. And then you see these new fans who are like, oh, get over it. It's just a movie. It's just a TV show. What's wrong with you? And it's like the franchises betrayed us for these models that are half our age. And it's really frustrating because, like, we want to be with them because they're familiar. It's our family, you know? We want to get the quote-unquote band back together and watch all the shows we watched and continue to love them and grow. But you really can't do that when they're catering to these people who don't have the same connection that we do. Probably right. They just follow fads, not knowing now geekdom is a fad. Yeah, and hopefully it'll go away. I can't see it going away until... until episode 9 bombs and until Marvel starts bombing. Once Marvel starts having bombs, then I think the geekdom will probably shift back towards us and then they'll move on to something else. But until that happens, I think we're kind of stuck with it. Dominion War almost reminds me of A Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah, the Dominion War was good. I'm like going in between you guys' conversation. Miss Marvel, hoorah. Oh god, what is this thing with all the Marvel movies being... I've heard just a tiny bit of this. They want all female characters on Marvel movies now? I heard a tiny bit of that. I think I saw that on Twitter. I I mean, that could be okay, but I don't care about Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow at all. I'm not going to see her movie. I don't care about her. She doesn't look interested to be there. Why do I want to watch her? She doesn't want to do what she's doing. Can't wait for social justice to drop all of my favorite IPs so they can be well written again. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, we have new stuff. I mean, I hear The Expanse is really good. I was kind of in a bad mood when I started watching it, plus with the internet dying and then the cable or the power going out, I think I was done for that day. I was kind of annoyed and pissed off at the first 5 minutes, but I think I was annoyed and pissed off anyway that day. So I need to pick it up again. I think it's gonna be fine. I think it'll be fine. I'm just so scared of watching a new show, even though people I really, really trust and respect have said, yes, you will like this. Yes, this is well done. If you like this, this, and this, you will like this. I am so skeptical. I am so skeptical. I also don't want to attach a show to, I guess, any other aspect of my life at the moment, because I did that with Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones has been really hard to get back to because I was kind of going through some stuff when I started watching Game of Thrones, and I was in the part of the UK when it where it was inspired by, because it was inspired by, you know, the Wall of the North was inspired a lot by Hadrian's Wall. I was up there. Well, that's a huge story for another day. I don't want to get into too much of that, but there's like such a connection to Game of Thrones that I really had to kind of cool off from it when I went back. Thor 3. What, Ragnarok? That was fun. I didn't mind that. Please love it. I was like 95% YouTube. That's what I do. I just watch YouTube. I don't really watch shows. I'll listen to like the chat show YouTubers because that's more entertaining. Listening to a review of something is much more entertaining than the movies for me. I didn't like The Expanse. I watched the first season and it frustrated me. It felt like The Force Awakens where nothing is properly explained. Well, they have 3 seasons, so maybe if you watch all 3, it might work. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to do it. Thor 3 was top 3 Marvel movies. I liked Ragnarok, and I'll tell you why I liked Ragnarok. And I know some people didn't like it at all. Some people really loved it. I really liked it because it felt like a kind of weird 80s sort of B-movie, but only with a budget, I guess. It had like the similar premise of, okay, you've got this guy who has to fight to the death against some other guy in this battle arena, but they're friends, but they don't know they're friends. And so like that whole part of the movie was really, really interesting to me. Plus you had Mark Mothersbaugh doing the score, who I am, you know, one of my personal heroes. I'm a huge Devo fan. I've got an Energy Dome. I've seen them in concert. I love Devo. So anytime you can inject some of that into a score, I'm all over it. But it really felt like one of those 80s sort of B-movie sort of deals, and that's why I liked it. And then like it kind of got stupid in the 3rd act where I sort of zoned out because it went back into Asgard and it went back into, oh, okay, now we're in this Marvel movie that I don't care about. But some of my pals have a dark in this city starting with an N. Well, thank you for not using the word, because it is blacklisted on the, it is banned, I should say. Even had a Beta Ray Bill in it. Which one? Thor 3 was right out of the wonderful comics. Thor 3 didn't take itself seriously, so I didn't mind when it was completely ridiculous. Yeah, and I think that's why I was okay with Thor 3. Holy crap, I totally didn't see all this in the chat. Well, here we go. Hello, people. I did not see you guys. So we're getting some, like, trolling over on Twitch, so I'm just gonna ignore the Twitch chat. Is this live? I am a fucking piece of shit, apparently. Well, here, let's just put this on display. So this is the type of shit that... This is why I don't do gaming anymore. Here. This shit. This shit's why we don't do gaming. I don't know if you guys can see this. So this is why I ignore Twitch chat. I don't know. Can you guys read this, or do I need to make this bigger? I might need to embiggen it. Display capture. Where's my display capture? Yeah, good example. Is it too small? Alright, we'll embiggen it. Fit to screen. And this is why I don't do gaming, because people are just fucking assholes. So I mean, like, this is why gaming is dead. I'm trying to find my fit to screen here. There we go. So this shit is why I ignore my Twitch chat. Should be considered cultural appropriation in cosplay if you haven't watched every single episode of the anime. Well, I've never watched anime, so. Japanese! I don't understand Japanese or Chinese, but hello in chat. I have no idea what you're saying at all. And I'm so sorry. I don't have any idea what you're saying over there in chat. But yeah, so this is why we don't pay attention to Twitch chat, because it's kind of hilarious. These trolls not represent the whole Twitch community. Please don't group me in with them, you know? And that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, I would say if you're one of the good people, move over to YouTube so we can see it. But this is kind of why I don't bother with Twitch so much. So I try to do better and pay attention to everybody over on Twitch, but yeah, Seraph, actually, if you could go in and, well, yeah, less N-words, but, you know, there's, trying to figure out how to report here. But yeah, this is why I don't care about Twitch people, sometimes, and this is why I don't do gaming anymore, because the gaming community, this is the shit I get from gaming. That Twitch interface is a mess, I know, isn't it bad? But for anybody who's actually a decent person over on Twitch and isn't, you know, just trying to get, like, a rise out of me, those kind of comments will get ignored and reported after the fact, so. I know! It's funny. What are we talking about? What are we doing today? Toxic as heck, mostly. Yeah, and this is why I don't cater to, like, the gaming communities anymore, or to children, because this is the type of shit that I deal with, like, a lot with the Yokai Watch crowd and the Pokemon crowd, and anytime you piss off a gaming crowd because you don't like a video game of theirs, and this is why I love to stress how awesome people like World Class Bullshitters are, because I was listening to them and they were having a very intellectual, respectful discussion of which original trilogy or original Star Wars movie from the original trilogy was better. One of them liked New Hope, one of them liked Empire, one of them liked Jedi, I think. And none of them said, you know, you're a fucking moron for it, you suck. None of them were calling each other names, none of them were calling each other man babies or racist or anything, because they disagreed. You could, if you're an adult, you could kind of disagree with something without being crazy. You know, we ain't in high school anymore. I know, and that's kind of why I think so much of this whole Star Wars fandom is kind of a mess lately, because we have this kind of mentality where they want to pit us against each other, and all this shit, and they really do that on social justice like platform and on Twitter especially. And they do that especially, like, they go out of their way to kind of call names and all this. And one of the things I always like to do, I followed Amanda Ward on Twitter, even though I can't stand her. I followed her so I could kind of go in and just kind of correct her every now and then, just be a little respectful and correct her her mentality of things. Agree, stop acting like it's high school. Exactly. And if I can kind of go in and say, actually, that's incorrect. A lot of Star Wars fans are turned off by the media calling us man babies. And that's for me. I'm not the hugest Star Wars fan, but I'm certainly not going to support them if the media is going to be basically what we see on Twitch with the Twitch trolling. You know, if it's basically going to be you're a man baby, you're a basement dweller, or whatever. And oh, okay. Well, thank you anyway, Sarah. I'll get it later. But the point is, if I can put that in her thread, if I can put the comment in there, then maybe one of her followers will see, oh, I'm following this crazy woman who's kind of to blame for all of this. Maybe I'll come around and I'll be like, you know what, you're kind of wrong, and she'll lose her followers, she'll lose her viewers on her Star Making Wars site, and that's a win. If we can kind of respectfully go through and call out like one or two people in a respectful way when they're doing this nonsense, then we end up basically winning. We're winning the culture wars. We're winning, and that's why I got the Canon Wars Doomcock shirt on the way, which I'm totally gonna be wearing on stream. And it's less important to convince somebody like Amanda Ward, who goes around, you know, is one of the perpetuators of this nonsense. But, you know, if people kind of start realizing that that's what they're about, that they are just these bullet point spewing, buzzword reciting media sort of puppets, spewing out this propaganda and nonsense, then maybe we could kind of come to a reasonable discussion about it. I mean, there's no reason why somebody can't like The Last Jedi. There's plenty of reasons why they can't, like why they shouldn't be attacking people who don't, or attacking people who do. God, watch Tom's Soapbox. It's really great. I should put that in the link. I should put a link in the description on there. It is absolutely it is absolutely one of the just one second. I got Oop. Boop. 1 second, I'm sorry. Boop. Doop. And done. I gotta take care of some of this stuff. What's happening? I'm stopping to kind of take care of this and report some people here for their content on Twitch, or for some of the stuff that they're saying, because there's some actual pretty disgusting things that they're saying here. So boop. I don't even know enough about this. Is this like a malicious raid, or is this just an idiot doing something stupid? There we go. And then this is how you deal with trolls. You just click on their thing and you report them. It's like, I'd like to see you try, little kid. I'd really love to see you try and rape me. Just stop streaming to Twitch. You know, and I will. I really have to go in and, like, I really have to go in and, I gotta have to go in and, like, stop my stream and do that, but Brenda's correct. The figures are so sad, I know. It is turning... Yes. Oh, I'm not seeing, like, what you guys are saying at all. You know, I'll finish that later. But I think I got most of it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's, like, and that's the thing. You know, we're gonna have to stop streaming on Twitch anyway. But that's fine. I don't care about Twitch. Like, if my Twitch channel died, it wouldn't be anything to me. I don't care about it. So, I don't care about Twitch. I don't watch it. It's got so much shit on it. Like, I don't even care. It's like, oh no, I can't use a thing that I never use. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to set that up so we only stream here. We're out of focus. The only problem with doing that is that it doesn't automatically tweet it out from my restream service, and it also, I'd have to double up on some other ways around. But yeah. Fakers are so sad. Yeah, and we will stop streaming over to Twitch. It's you know, there's no reason for it. There's no reason to stream over there. Yeah, I don't watch gaming. I never watch stuff over there. I mean, they've got so many pop-ups. When's the last time anybody watched anything on Twitch, right? I tried to watch something there, and it was like, oh, here's a thing. You can try and win stuff, and here's another thing. You can try and do this. And they just have these pop-ups all over the screen, and they have all this stuff that... I mean, I'm not a gamer. I don't game that much, so I don't really care. Get my camera on 69, you have cool stuff behind you. That's one of the things, maybe this weekend. I was going to do it last weekend, but it just got, there was too much with the air conditioner off. You don't need Restream if you aren't on Twitch. I know, but I like Restream because it's safer. It means that it's not coming out of my IP and it's coming out of somebody else's, so. Only a small percent of followers ever get notifications automatically. Yeah, that's true. And that's why I like to kind of tweet it out also. So if I can remember to tweet it out, I think it'll be great. Because even YouTube's really bad about that too. They don't give notifications for stuff. But yeah, I do have a lot of cool stuff behind me. I could probably go over some of it, but so I think above me you can probably see, which one's that? Oh, that's my Yoshi. That's my Yoshi. Never watched Twitch, just seen a few fail vids, 90% of them are on PUBG or Fortnite. Yeah, even if you click the bell, you don't get notifications on YouTube. That's why I try and have it go out on Twitter, too. And I try and put out a, hey, does anyone want to watch a stream? Does anyone want to hang out? And I think that's always a good thing. I think that's always fun. Because that's, like, the best way to get people to know. Because if you guys follow me on Twitter, then you'll know. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, this isn't going to be, like, the longest stream anyway today. I think it's just going to be a good little hangout and see if anybody... Oh, I do have one thing. I had to thank one of my viewers for donating enough for the Doomcock Cannon Wars shirt that's coming. So I will definitely be wearing that on stream. And I don't know if he wanted me to say his name on here, but I thanked him a million times on Twitter. And thank you again so much if you do end up watching this later. And we'll be wearing the... I got it in the tank top because I'm... You know, because I like... I don't know. Sometimes when I stream, or if I wear t-shirts, like this t-shirt's like a size... or like a half a size too big. The size smaller was a little too small. So if I kind of, I never know what size to get in t-shirts. Men don't have this problem like women do. I can wear 4 different sizes and they all be pretty much, sometimes they'll fit, sometimes they won't, right? Men don't have that issue. So I just went with the men's tank top because I think it's going to have room for the girls. It's going to have room because like I'm muscly, I got muscly arms and I'm fat, so I think it's gonna be good for that. And I'm gonna wear it on stream because I am a huge supporter of like everything that Doomcox is doing with all the YouTube stuff and with all the canon stuff and all the culture stuff. Like there's really this awesome movement that we've got going with all of the YouTubers that I watch anyway. Where we're just kind of done with this. We're done with this racist nonsense. We're done with this sexist nonsense. We don't want to be catered to. We don't want to be talked down to. We don't want to be name-called by Lucasfilm. I super dig that Tron like grid in the background. Thank you. That's actually, I think, my background thing on Twitter. Where is it? It's this picture. I really like it. Because Seraph made this. He's got some graphic design stuff, so he did make that for me. Do I know Doomcock in real life? Not face to face. Not face to face. I think that's an odd question. That's an odd question. Wrong chat. Sorry. Yeah, that's not something I'm talking about here. Last time I wore a tank is at the gym over a decade ago before my back gave out. Well, I wear them because it's like warm in here. We finally got the air conditioner fixed, but it hasn't been running because it's actually cooler today than it has been for a while. So I had to turn on the fan. It's kind of nice though. I like it. I kind of like it. I like the tank tops sometimes in the summer because it's they're just more comfortable sometimes. Like I feel so weird wearing so much layers. Wish I could always wear tank tops. Well, and it's humid here. Like, I lived in Vegas for a long time, and it's very warm. It's very hot, but it's not humid, usually. And I also grew up in Colorado, which is also not humid. So, coming to where I am now, it's very humid. And it gets very hot in the summer and very humid, and it's kind of hard to notice, you know. For a second, I thought you were trying to come up with a title for episode 9. Episode 9, The Movement of the Bowels. That would be a good episode 9 title. Star Wars episode 9, The Search for More Money. Star Wars episode 9, the what can we do to fix this mess? Star Wars episode 9. Whatever. The Search for More Money. I think I already said that one. Boop. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And episode note. Holy shit, I spent a lot of time in Vegas. Any Mexican people that went back because Vegas is too hot. Wow. Yeah, Vegas is hot. If it's too hot in Vegas, I mean, I can't imagine it's not as hot in Mexico. They're south. They're closer to the equator. Episode 9, the apology. Yes, episode 9 does need to be some sort of an apology. It should be something like, Star Wars episode 9, here, we're gonna fix it. Here's Ewoks and Yoda and Luke's alive. There, you happy now? Episode 9, oh wait, Finn woke up from a dream. Episode 8 never happened. You happy now? I think if they did something like that, I would probably be okay with it. And I know they're gonna get us with some sort of clickbaity thing. I know they're gonna do something like, oh, and here's Mara Jade, or here's Luke Skywalker, he really didn't die, or oh, and they're gonna do something to get us. They're gonna do something to get us in the theater. We're sorry, we don't hate you, please come back. I don't think they even care anymore. I don't think they want us to come back. I think they are so focused on this young millennial, you know, 20-something demographic that they think is going to give them a lot of money. They think they're building lifelong fans when they don't realize they already had lifelong fans, you know? I'm so busy, so can you say Benny Sicken? I don't know what that is, but sure. Yeah, they did hire the female to play Mara today. Wasn't it Kerry Russell? I think, yeah, she's probably okay. I don't mind Kerry Russell. Is it actually Mara Jade though, or is she playing somebody else? Like, did they take fans' advice and actually write her into the script? Because I heard that they didn't want her in the script. I heard it was going to be this time jump Kylo Rey love story like Twilight, where Rey has a kid from him or something because he force fucked her or whatever. Oh, that's gonna be so stupid if they do that. But Rey's training all these little Jedi without being trained herself, because those who can't do teach, I guess. I don't know. I just looked at Collider for a few seconds a day to catch crap like that. I will just watch it when it gets on the channels I watch, because I don't want to give Collider a click. I don't want to give them a view. They seem so... It's like Nerdist. I watched some video on Nerdist where they really seemed like... they were... just shilling. Like, it was just an advertisement for, oh, this is everything different about the Millennium Falcon. That's an advertisement. This is like a commercial bumper that I would watch and like during a movie on FX or something, where they would have like this 10-minute long featurette commercial because the movie ran a little too short, so we would put that at the end. And it's a commercial for your movie. And that's exactly what Nerdist like sort of videos are to me. They're just commercials. Why am I here? I don't know. Because you love me? Hopefully you love me. Hello, Aster, for Jaden. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Sarah, for taking care of all of that over there. I did delete and report all the stuff over on Twitch, so. But thank you so much. Sorry if I had to, like, take a couple of seconds to do it. Sorry when the air went dead. That's what, like, I need, like, a sidekick. No, I'd probably be okay as a sidekick. I think I do well when I play off of somebody, so. Dance. I am the worst dancer. I am the worst dancer in the world. I can make my Cthulhu dance, though. He'll dance. Turn on some auto mods in the future to prevent this as well. Thank you so much, Sarah. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I normally don't have that crap on Twitch. Normally I'll just have, like, nobody watch, so it won't even matter if I look at it. But yeah, we can make the Cthulhu dance. Harry's sister. Well, this is Stanley. It's a boy. It's a boy. I do have a Killer Tomato plushie that is from Harvey's Dimension, I think. Apparently, if you guys didn't hear the rumblings, that my tomato is from Harvey's Dimension. So. I think this is also, but these guys are okay because they're not full-grown Cthulhu monsters. They just kind of, they're little sweeties, and they just like wave at you and go, "Hello, I'm a Cthulhu monster," and they don't really do anything because they're babies. But I like these guys. I do need to see a man about a fez at some point, though. I think I need to get one. Maybe, I don't know. I don't have the money for them. I saw one that I could get for like probably like $30 after shipping, which I don't have. And I do want to get like a fez for my Cthulhu because I think they just look right on them. So. Trying to be PC and trans Marty. What? Yay. Aha, you guys are eyeing. It's like I keep making my Gorn down. I brought my Gorn out too. I don't know why I keep autofocus. I need to turn off autofocus. That's the thing. But yeah, I didn't want to stream for too long. We'll wrap up in like 10 minutes. I think an hour and a half is as much as anybody wants to watch back later. Marita. Which one's Marita? That would be cute. Getting a little hat for this guy. Do I know the way? I do not know the way. Is that still a thing? I thought that went in and out like super quick. Bought a fez years ago. Never worn it. It sits on my bookshelf. Well, I have my Devo helmet. That's the only one I really have. And that's behind me, which I can't really get to. I should like always bring props. I feel like I need props on my channel when I just do kind of hangout chats. But yeah, it's fun. Yes, the way to where? The way to San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? I can't sing, but I'd sing it. Actually, that would be a thing. Would anybody want like? I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could swing it. You'd kill the meme for us. The way to a block box. No, I think. I wonder if anybody would want, like, karaoke sort of stuff. I don't think I could do it on YouTube. We'd probably have to do it on Twitch or something. But you can't do karaoke on Twitch either. I don't know. I'm just thinking something like that. Because we used to do comedy night where I'd do singing and music stuff. And comedy night's a great vehicle for that, but then you also get comedy night people in there, which really suck sometimes. Like, some of them are great. Some of them are amazing people. But some of the comedy night kids are, like, 12-year-olds who... And you know, we've all been there when we were, like, 12, where you get any little freedom to do whatever you want. Like, you're unsupervised, and you just scream the most offensive thing you can think possible. And that's kind of what comedy night... That's kind of what Twitch is to me. That's kind of what the internet is for a lot of us. Most people don't even know what the word meme actually means. I am 10. Yeah, but you see, you're one of the good 10-year-olds, Roz Animate. You're one of the good people. You don't get on mic and, like, scream the N-word over and over again like they do in comedy night. So that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the thing. But I used to do music-y things, and I would like to do more music-y things, but I'm kind of bad at music-y things. This is actually in tune. I like this guitar a lot. This is not a super expensive guitar, but I really like it. I didn't get to show this one off last time. I was showing off my my Warlock, but I didn't get to show off my LTD. And this one I do need to change out the pickups on at some point, but I think they're okay, the ones it came with. Is it shiny? It's not that shiny. It's a little shiny. See if it's picking up on camera. But it's okay. It's not a bad guitar at all. It's much nicer than my Squiers, than my starter guitars were. So I like it a lot. Guitar, I tried to learn how to play, but Mover snapped my guitar and I couldn't afford to replace it. I'm sorry. Are there any mime memes or meme memes? Yes, there's always mimes and memes and things. I should have played the acoustic so you guys could hear it. I can't play guitar very well. I don't know. I know a few chords, that's about it. I believe in magic memes. Shadily. What's a magic meme? I don't think you guys can hear this. I don't think it's picking up on mic. Maybe I'll have to plug it in one day. Maybe we'll do like a concert day. Maybe we could do like a concert thing and we can invite Doomcock so he could like sing for us all. Can't play guitar because my fingers bend wrong, so I can't hold the chords properly. That's kind of where I am. I kind of need it to be up like this in order to play it anymore. I hear it. Awesome. You guys hear it? Nice. I'm so bad at playing anymore. At least this one's still in tune. Then I always end up like playing these strings. This guitar is actually really good. It has a good sound unplugged, but I can picture Doomcock playing Spock's lute. Yeah. Well, you guys, if you guys missed the Patreon thing, well, we kind of missed the Patreon thing too because of the whole High Council thing. It was gonna be one of the Power Hour things where people could like sing or tell ghost stories or all that stuff. So I got to do like a line of a song before everybody had to go, or before he had to go off to be famous. Like, oh. So next week I will be scared to death and get to sing something with him, which is cool. It's always really cool. I'm so scared to death of singing though anymore. I never know what to play, and I can't talk while I play guitar at the same time. This is a decent guitar. I've only replaced one string. See, I'm such a bad guitar player. Like, I can only change the strings if they're like this. This is my other guitar. I can't change the strings on for the life of me. I'm so bad at that. Does anyone have any other questions before we wrap up for the day? I don't want to copy people by doing guitar stuff at the end of a stream, because some people do like piano stuff at the end of their streams. Every time I think of us, Shaylee now, think of the "He Will Not Divide Us" stuff of Shia LaBeouf. What is life? I don't know. Is it like what is love anyway? Like the Howard Jones song? I need to like write some doofy songs to the end of the stream with, maybe. I'm so bad at writing anymore. Are the traps gay questions been answered? Well, traps are things that Jason Voorhees lays down in front of cars, phone boxes, and things. So they are non-sex death things, death devices. Nice to meet you today. When I say bend wrong, it's because I'm hypermobile. I can actually touch the tips of my fingers to the back of my hand. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of a neat thing. Hopefully that's not like painful. Life is a continuation that distinguishes animals, plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death. Yes, it is the continuing process. Well, it's like George Carlin's life debate thing. If you remember one of his albums he had, where he's talking against like the right to lifers and the anti-abortionist sort of people, and they're saying, well, it's the question of where does life begin, and they're saying, does life begin at the sperm, or does life begin at conception or at birth? And his answer is that life is a continuing process that started billions and billions of years ago, and keeps perpetuating and going for, you know, until it stops. We are all pure energy wearing flesh, yes. Would you rather have a cat or a bird? Cats. I like cats. I have cats. It was fun as a kid, not so much now. Like, well, the new Friday the 13th game, the one that came out like last year. I got tracked down. It was so hilarious. Who got tracked down? I'm like looking at your conversation. Getting a kitten when I move. Oh, kittens are great. Where are you moving to? Is it somewhere nice? Don't tell me exactly. Like, you never want to tell anybody your exact location. the acoustic for when I'm playing this type of stuff. I don't know if it's in tune. I also need new strings for it. That's one of the things. I think next time I actually get paid on YouTube, I'm probably going to buy some guitar strings. I need to restring that with lighter weight. I put mediums on, and it's just too hard on my hands. I have not played like I did when I was a teenager. Cats are awesome pets. They're low maintenance. They are. Looking at kittens all week on a female red one, but they're rare. Oh, red female cats. Just red cats are kind of rare. I think just red cats in general. I usually see orange. I've seen one female red cat. I think it was a female. But that was like when I was a teenager. And I didn't get to keep that cat either. I was pretty upset. Low maintenance until they eat foam. Yes. Until they eat foam and need it cut out of them. And it costs thousands and thousands of dollars. I had a great kitten this time last year. And I want a friend for him. Aww. See, cats need friends. Rescued a couple of kittens in the last couple of years. It's hard to give them up, but I couldn't afford to keep them. Yeah, cats are kind of, I mean, they're low maintenance and they're okay if you know how to take care of them. But like vet bills, yeah, like Zabu's got asthma, so he needs his asthma medicine. And then nothing but tortoises this year. I've heard that like turtles have salmonella and things like that. I don't know. My cousin, have a kitten one for me. Oh, my cousin cat, have a kitten one. No, tortie cats. Okay, the red and the black ones. Oh yeah, those are cute. Which cats do? I'm really partial to Siamese because Zabu's a Siamese and I really like him. He's a sweetie. Taking a rescue kitten years ago. First time he ever came to me, he just walked up and curled up in the crook of my arm and went to sleep. I missed him. Aww. That's what they do. They're so sweet because like they're you know scared and alone and outside, and then they want people to take care of them because they're really cute. Decided to rewatch Babylon 5, its movies, and Crusade over the 6-week holiday. Do that. Yes, those are so good. You will not be disappointed. I rewatched Babylon 5 4 years ago, and I kind of want to rewatch it. It's one of those shows that I can rewatch. Apparently, they do have it on Amazon now. I would absolutely do that. American Shorthair Cat, orange or gray. They're both good. They're both good. I like white cats, or black cats, or white and black cats. I like those kind. I've never been really huge on like the normal looking cats, like normal on Garfield and Friends. I got them all on DVD. Me too. Me too. I've got Babylon 5 and Crusade. And the movies, and the Lost Tales, and the Legend of the Rangers. Because I'm a Babylon 5 nerd. I think we're just gonna go until 4:30. That seems like a good wrap up. It's 4:30. Gray cats are black cats with a gene that dilutes color. Aw. That's cool. That's cool to know. I saw a video the other day on one cat that started off, I think, black, and then he changed to gray. Or he started off gray and then he got black. He changed color because he had like some weird coloration as a kitten. He was also a single birth cat instead of in a litter. I think was the cat I was watching. It was really cool because his fur changed color as he got older. And there was like a genetic reason for it. And he was kind of a famous cat online for it. So like, you watch one cat video and YouTube just recommends a million. Because sometimes if I get really angry about what's going on in Star Wars or something, like it, or Star Trek, I kind of just need to like cleanse my palate with cat videos or Police Academy or something. Gray cats and black cats with the gene that dilutes color. I already read that one. So what do you think? It's probably a good place to wrap up anyway. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. It has been very fun. Mine was black, but when the light shone on him in a certain way, it's where he was chocolate brown. Yeah, I had a Maine Coon, a black Maine Coon that did that. Delenn is far better than Delenn's better than, like, the worst characters on Babylon 5 are better than Holdo. Delenn is like, well, Delenn and Ivanova are actually strong written female characters. Like Delenn, people always focus on Ivanova, but Delenn is one of those characters that stood up for what she believed in despite the consequences. I mean, she went and changed her race despite consequences. You know, she went in the cocoon to be part human on this sort of hunch, on this whim against, you know, the Grey Council. She got thrown off the Grey Council for it. Kind of shocking how many people from Babylon 5 are dead now. Yes. The guy who thought he was King Arthur is better than Holdo. Well, that's fuck, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. He was in Logan's Run. What's his name? What's his actor name? I can't remember his name. But he was like a really good actor too, because he's one of those, and that wasn't even that bad of an episode too, where he was thinking he was King Arthur. That was like a really interesting one. Episode was kind of terrible. I didn't like the boxing episode. That was kind of my least favorite Babylon 5. And that's an early one. But I think the King Arthur one was okay to me. It was interesting. Michael York, thank you. That is absolutely his name. I totally blanked for some reason. I was thinking, because I thought Michael, and then Mikey Spock popped into my head, and I was like, that's not it. That's how time is. Everyone dies eventually. Yeah, I mean, who have we lost? We lost... God, Jerry Doyle's gone. Richard Biggs is gone. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Sinclair died early. Can't remember his actor name. Why can't I remember names today? Jakar's gone. The two technicians in that episode from their POV were better than Holdo. Yes. Tide Pods. Don't you mean Tide Pods? I saw something interesting on Tide Pods with Seth MacFarlane not too long ago. People were saying, oh, we should ban Tide Pods because kids eat them and they could kill themselves. And he responded with, yes, but Tide Pods are actually designed for something else. They're not designed to be eaten. They're designed to wash clothes. This is why we shouldn't ban them, and people are just fucking idiots. You eat they. Yeah, don't eat a Tide Pod unless you're an absolute fucktard, and then, you know... good luck dying. Or good luck not dying, because it'll totally kill you. And don't do that. Ban water. It can kill you in so many ways. Yeah, you can drown in it. You can drink too much, and it will poison your body with too much hydrogen. There's so many things that can kill you. Oxygen can probably kill you. Everyone who has ever come into contact with water has died or will die. Yes. Did you guys ever watch Penn and Teller's bullshit? They did that fake survey just to show kind of how gullible people are, how they just jump on causes they know nothing about, where they were trying to ban water, but they used the scientific name like dihydrogen oxide. And people are, and they market it just as it is. I mean, you find it in baby food, which you do. If you ingest too much of it, it will kill you, which it will. And so many people are like, yeah, ban this. That sounds very harmful. Why is this in baby food? Dihydrogen monoxide. Yes, that was it. I totally misspoke. That was it. That was such a fun thing. I love stuff like that. I love studying kind of the human psychology of things. I love studying how people are so easily manipulated and easily swayed by things, and how so many people just kind of tune out in society. And this is why I always love watching stuff like Darren Brown as well. He does that a lot. Is the Earth flat or round? It is round. Actually, the Earth is a giant disc on the back of a turtle flying through space, but, you know. Oblique spheroid. It's round. It's pretty damn round. Okay, I just looked it up. They say there is a Babylon 5 curse, but I did not know Garibaldi is dead. Yeah, Garibaldi died not too long ago. Guitar and dialogue is awesome. Just pour myself a glass of Jameson. Well, I can keep going without that for a little bit. We are going to wrap up pretty soon, but... I should probably do it on the guitar you guys can actually hear. Well, maybe this is good so it's not louder than my voice. The Earth is a donut. Everyone knows that. It is. Don't ask Kyrie Irving. He makes millions of dollars to play basketball but thinks the Earth is flat. Well, you know, there's a lot of stupid people out there. Turtle's all the way down. It's a delicious donut. Now I want donuts. Thanks. I'm gonna have to get donuts. That's kind of like a trip I want to take because it's not that far away for Krispy Kreme. It's like about an hour drive. I would love a Krispy Kreme run. Yes, donuts. Donuts are good. What's everyone's favorite donut? Tell me in the chat. I think I prefer like when I get the Krispy Kreme, I think I like the lemon or the custard. I'm a big fan of the filled donuts. But it sucks because in Vegas I used to live closer to a Krispy Kreme. Old-fashioned glaze, jam, yeah, jam in the middle, plain. There can't be a donut because if it was, Homer would have eaten it already. Yes, custard. Custard are good. The custard filled with like chocolate on the outside or even like vanilla frosting are good. Plain glazed or white powdered raspberry. Oh, raspberry on the inside. I'm a big fan of raspberry. I like raspberry sherbet probably better than any other sherbet. I am a big fan of raspberry flavored things. Do Americans call sprinkled donuts Hawaiian or is that a Canadian thing? I haven't heard that. That might be a Canadian thing. I haven't heard that term. And I don't remember going to any donut places when I went to Canada. Let's see, I've gone to Canada, England, and Scotland. I've never been to Mexico, but I've been to like a lot of English-speaking countries. I guess I need to wrap that up and go to Ireland, Wales, and Australia, New Zealand, I guess. For the other, I need 4 more English-speaking countries. I just call them donuts with sprinkles. That's what I do. Must be a Canadian thing. Yeah, white powdered raspberry really good. Glazed are good if it's Krispy Kreme. Sometimes I'll get the Walmart, like they have a little cup of glazed donut holes for like 60 cents or on day old clearance. And I will warm them up and they're really good. But God, what is the thing that Taco Bell has? They're like Cinnabon, but they're like donut holes, but they have the icing, molten icing inside. Those are so good. They're kind of donuts. I hear Hawaiian, I think it has pineapple in it. Yeah, they're like a Hawaiian pizza. Donuts with sprinkles I call a Homer special. They are. Cinnamon twists. Cinnamon twists are good too. Cinnamon stuff like a churro. You get a good churro. Ooh. There's some fancy pants donut shops in Toronto that have legally different than Homer like sprinkled donuts for $5 each. Well, where is it? In they have a place in probably Portland. It's one of the real crazy places, like Portland, Boulder, and Austin. I always kind of think of together. Only I think Portland's like the crazy one of the 3. I think it's Portland. Voodoo Donut. I always wanted to go there because they have donuts shaped like voodoo dolls. I do want that. I do want to try that. That's one of the things I want to do. I want to go and see Voodoo Donut, and I want to. There's a lot of stuff I want to see, but help! I am brain dead. Me too. Yes, Voodoo Donut. Do you guys have that up in Canada too? I think they're a chain now. Remember when Taco Bell had cinnamon crispas? They still do at our my local one. $5 footlongs. $5 donut is like a $5 milkshake. Just have bourbon in it or something. I wish. Well, the $5 milkshakes were from Pulp Fiction. The $5 footlongs are from Subway, but they actually got sued because their footlongs weren't all 12 inches. So there's no Voodoo Donut in Canada. I wanted to go to Voodoo Donut. I used to watch a lot of the food shows, and it's like I like to eat. It's like that's not a secret. I'm not skinny. In Portland, Blue Star is better than Voodoo. Oh, that's cool. I got your Pulp Fiction reference. Of course I would. I like a lot of the Tarantino movies. I've not seen some of the newer ones, but I think from the ones I've seen, I think I like Reservoir Dogs the best. That might be just me, but probably because of the music. I really liked, you got the George Baker song with the shot of them walking, the suits, and that's so iconic. That's so much more iconic than a lot of the music in Pulp Fiction, in my opinion. Just the Steelers wheel scene stuck in the middle with you. There's so many iconic things in Reservoir Dogs that I really love more than I think the iconic stuff in Pulp Fiction, but I think I've seen all of Tarantino's movies except Jackie Brown. I really have no reason to watch it. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen, what's the other one I didn't see? I didn't see Hateful Eight or Inglourious Bastards. that another Tarantino? I didn't see that. I need to see all of them because I like what I've seen. And I'm just so behind. I'm so behind on movies because I do this. I would stream like games for 4 hours a day. I stayed home for 1 month. I stayed home for 1 month before, for sure. Jackie Chan. I have not seen many Jackie Chan movies. I've seen all of them. Yeah. Inglourious Bastards is amazingly fun. I need to watch that. If you had to pick one to exist and one to be erased from history, Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs? Pulp Fiction is a more important film, I think, as far as like some of the references and things that they've and some of the parodies that they've spawned. It's definitely the more famous, but I think Reservoir Dogs is the better movie, so that's a tough choice. I would probably say get rid of Pulp Fiction. But now that I'm thinking about it, there's so many good scenes in Pulp Fiction too. And you had the good Chuck Berry song, and you had the good Hateful Eight's on Netflix. See, I might have to watch that. I don't know. That's the one where that's the one where the Martin gets destroyed, right? That hurts my heart. I've got a Martin. Those are not cheap guitars. Like, and especially the antique ones. And I know that there's a Tarantino movie where a Martin got killed for real. I'm like, oh, don't hurt the guitar. American Psycho. I haven't seen American Psycho. I need to see that. Jackie Chan's early stuff is the best. I would keep Pulp Fiction. Well, yeah, I can see. I mean, I don't know if there's a right answer to that. 150-year-old Martin. Yes, that hurts my heart. That hurts my soul. It's like, I've got a Martin. They're not cheap guitars. I bought mine used on it. I got a very good deal on mine. Like, they are not cheap. They are well made, well worth the money. Like, if I can get like towards the end of the month, if I can get like some strings, once I get paid from YouTube, it'll be like the 20th. I think I'm gonna pick up some guitar strings for it because I wanna start playing that one too. I wanna start playing it on stream more. Maybe we'll do some singing streams. Maybe we'll get some Doomcock on and some singing streams. Cause if he's not too busy being famous and everything, leaving us little people behind in dust. To this day, I've never finished watching Pulp Fiction. It moves too slow. Yeah, and I think that's why I like Reservoir Dogs just a little bit more. But it might be a little slow. Her reaction in the shot is out of character. She thought they would cut it. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. They left that take in. You can't destroy a real Martin guitar. Hello everyone, where might you be? I am here in my office. We are just kind of chilling, winding down. So one last round of chat questions and then we'll wrap up, I think, for the day. And thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. And thank you for being here, Monkey Zor, and everybody who's come through and putting up with me dealing with some Twitch stuff, which I totally need to just stop streaming on Twitch. Or if I do gaming, I'll go over there and then come back here, but yes, remember, no matter where you go, there you are. That was something Beavis and Butthead said, wasn't it? As anybody remembers my great love of Beavis and Butthead. I need to get my soundboard working again. Way back in the day, when I was a funny YouTuber doing gaming, I played a game called Fingered, which is made by, I think, the Binding of Isaac people. So you would go through and it's kind of like a Guess Who game, where they would give you a description of somebody and you had to pick somebody out of the lineup based on how they look. And I would use Beavis and Butthead sound bites from that because it was fun to me. I liked it. Originally from Buckaroo Banzai. Oh man, that's funny. Holy moly, Seraph, I was thinking that line. I said fingered, I did. Giggity. I'm alive. I love you, batteries. The Buckaroo Banzai movie, I need to watch it again. I think it's a movie that, if I had grown up with it, I would have liked it more. I didn't see it until I was like 20, though. You're not alive. Well, you're a pretty fluid spirit entity if you're dead typing in chat. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It has been a really fun stream. I like these kind of chill hangout streams when I don't have a lot to complain about. I wanted to get my video up yesterday about the whole Star Trek thing because I was livid about that. So if you guys haven't watched that, I think a certain somebody else who will take over the world someday might have a video about that as well at some point, from what I've heard. If you guys are interested in that. And if you haven't seen it, it was basically Star Trek saying the future is female because, you know. Did I make it? We are just wrapping up. And I'm saying hi to everybody in the chat and bye to everyone in the chat. We are still technically live. But hello, Brandon Grotopia. And we are wrapping up. And thank you for being here, Stupid Rock Show. Thank you for being here, V Batteries. Thank you for being here, Brandon. Thank you for being here, Jimmy B and Roz Animates and whoever else I did. Who'd I miss? Who'd I miss? Funky Chunky, Hunky Monkey, Hunky Chunky, Funky Monkey. I'm gonna get that backwards. That reminds me of a nickname I had for one of my cats. I called him. His name was Nike. It was Nike Mikey, Junky Monkey, Snoochie Boochie Little Shit was his name. Was his full name. But but thank you guys so much for being here. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Bye!